Hare Krishna students. So let us begin with non-verbal communication. So what is non-verbal communication? It is something that happens when there is no oral communication or a written communication. Instead of words, we depend on something like body movement, gestures, facial expressions, showing some images, maybe signals, so that we can express our attitude or give some information, even some emotional sentiments. Even though there are no words, non-verbal communication can be very effective, and it can convey a huge number of emotions and even more accurately than verbal methods of communication. You are speaking some words where you are emotionally very much angry, but you do not have any anger on your face. Then it really looks like that you are just saying those words and you don't mean anything out of it. So therefore, if we do not mix verbal with non-verbal communication, we will simply fail in the types of communication. We won't be able to communicate properly. So what are the things that we should keep in mind when we are doing some non-verbal communication? So let us check that. These are some of the effective non-verbal communication. Appropriate facial expressions. If we use appropriate facial expressions when we are communicating with people, we will be able to show our expressions properly, show our emotions properly. It could be that you are very sad, but you are trying to keep a nice face by talking with someone. This kind of communication is only going to make the way you are communicating non-effective. Whenever we are feeling some kind of emotions, instead of suppressing such emotions and not doing such kind of facial expressions, we are ourselves creating a barrier to communication. And when there is a barrier to communication, there are always confusion and misunderstanding. Next, making eye contact. So whenever we are verbally communicating, maybe whenever we are talking in a classroom, we are doing some discussions, even when we are giving some presentations, making eye contact means that we are confident and we are willing to connect with that person. If we are constantly moving our eyes here and there rather than directly looking at that person, it means we are not confident at all. But looking at does not mean continuously staring at that person. That is going to be a very bad non-verbal communication. We should be, for a few seconds, just take a look at eye of the person while you are talking and remove your eyes from there, move it to some different kind of direction. This makes our communication proper. Next, varying vocal pattern. Now whenever we are talking about varying vocal pattern, it means that whenever there are some exciting words, we should be always be excited to say such words. When there are depressing words, we should not be depressed, maybe at least show our expression of being depressed or show our expressions to be sad, rather than doing a monotonous vocal like a robot. If I just speak out, just listen to my words. Effective nonverbal communication, appropriate facial expression, making eye contact with verbal communication, varying vocal pattern, avoid monotonous vocal. There is no variety in my speech, as if I am just reading out loud. So varying this vocal pattern and avoiding monotonous vocals help us to keep attention, or helps us to keep the audience engaged in whatever we are speaking, whatever we are presenting. While doing face to face non-verbal communication, even while talking with someone, we should avoid some defensive gestures like holding our hands in front of our chest or putting them behind the back. We should avoid such kind of gestures. This means we are defending ourselves from something, as if we are being accused of something and we are defending ourselves. This kind of gestures should not be used at all. I have seen students many times while talking with their teachers putting their hands at the back. I really don't know why that you are putting your hands behind your back, because doing that means defensive. You are defending yourself from something. I really don't know, when you are talking with a teacher or if you are talking with a person, why are you defending yourself? Now, the best way to be effective in our communication is to use both verbal and non-verbal communication. If we use both verbal and non-verbal communication, then we would be very much be good in communication and very much good in communicating with people. So by using these both forms of our communication, by using tone, body language and some other factors while speaking or conveying a message, we are becoming an effective communicator. So whenever we become an effective communicator, we are able to specifically say some things properly and even motivate some people, even applaud some people, and with our words people may get persuaded whenever we are using both verbal and non-verbal communication effectively. Let us now discuss some of the functions of non-verbal communication. So it is used for providing emphasis on verbal communication. I said already, whenever you are talking, while talking, if you are moving your hands, you are moving your eyes from one end to the other. If you are, while talking, you are moving from one place to the other, it means you are providing emphasis on whatever you want to say, whatever you want your audience to hear. You are emphasizing on particular points. So whenever we are using some non-verbal cues, moving our hands, moving our head while talking, this thing provides a greater emphasis on verbal communication. Next, some are used for replacing verbal communication. Sometimes it is like you are not feeling to talk. You always use verbal communication. Someone asks you, if your friend asks you, do you want to have some lunch? If you want to eat, you just nod your head as yes, otherwise you just move your head left and right and say no. But actually you are, instead of saying something through your mouth, you are gesturing non-verbally. You are replacing that verbal communication with non-verbal communication. Next, we use this for complementing or reinforcing verbal communication, such as uh, uh, if you want to compliment someone, you can pat on their back, or if you are very happy, after winning a game, you hug your friends. So these are some reinforcements and complementing actions that are used to communicate non-verbally. While even after winning something, while taking the award, you do handshake. So that is also a non-verbal communication, and it is a sign of compliment. Now we also use non-verbal communication to communicate our emotions. Like whenever you see that someone is sad, you can easily understand that from their faces. So how do we understand that? Why do we have such kind of feeling? Because we understand non-verbal communication very easily, and hence we are able to check, or we are able to communicate with our friends properly. If we see our friends, family members smiling, we can understand that yes, they are happy about something. We can understand it very easily. So these are some of the indicatives or indications of emotion that we can easily understand with non-verbal communication. Now the last point, that is providing feedback. So whenever a person is talking with you, we can smile, nod our head during a discussion or during a small group communication. We can easily do that during a group discussion. We can nod our head, we can smile to show that you are understanding what that person is saying, and either you follow that person, or you maybe you dislike that person. You always show that by body gestures or hand gestures. Sometimes by raising your hand, we show that we want to say something. So these are some things that are used to provide feedback. Now that we have learned about some of the non-verbal communications, let us now understand how we can do, or how we can use these practices of non-verbal communication during an interview. Now, interview is specifically used whenever a company wants to recruit their personnel. New personnels are going to be recruited. Sometimes they recruit professionals, sometimes they recruit novices, that means those who do not have any kind of experiences. So these interviews check for so many different things. So what are the things that we should keep in mind while doing or while giving interviews? As I said earlier, maintaining eye contact is a very good thing. You just don't stare at the interviewer. If there are multiple interviewers on the board, look at them once in a while. Just look at their faces, look at their eyes. It means you are confident enough to answer their questions. If possible, smile when they are asking a question. If the question is hilarious, don't start laughing, but just smile, have a nice smile, nod your head that yes, you are listening to them, what they are saying, so that the interviewer understands that yes, you are listening properly and you are able to understand, and you are going to answer that question properly. Now the thing is that being polite is something that cannot be removed from any kind of conversation. Being polite is something crucial part of any kind of non-verbal or verbal communication. So be polite and at least keep an even tone in your speech. Don't be too loud while for excitement. Don't let your voice go too low. Just maintain a proper tone of your voice. Now, if you are sitting, you should not too lean on, don't lean on your back, don't lean on the chair. Sit straight properly. If you lean towards the interviewer, it means that you are interested in listening. Okay. Now, as I said, you should not lean back and show that you are relaxing. Whenever you are in that kind of position, it shows that you do not want to listen to that person. You want to relax. So if you want to listen to that person, put your hands in front and lean towards that person, so that it shows that yes, you are interested in that person and you want to talk with that person, and you want to continue with the discussion. Next, while about your feet, keep the feet of your floor, keep the feet on the floor, and maybe you should just, if you want to take a support, take support from your lower back with the chair. Now these are some points that are given in your book that we usually do, that is being attentive, not interrupting. Do not interrupt ever the interviewer. And uh, if you want to feel comfortable or make you look that you want to comfortable, and if there are armrests on the chair, you can put your arm on the armrests, but do not lean over there, just keep your arm over there. Okay, so these are some non-verbal cues and gestures that we use in our regular life. And sometimes, even if you fail to answer one or two questions, the interviewers know how you were behaving, whether you were confident enough or not. By seeing your gestures, they can understand, yes, that this person is confident in what they are saying. Maybe he has little less knowledge on the subject matter, but this person is very confident, and a company always needs confident person as their assets. So therefore, in future, whenever you go for an interview or something, just try to keep these points in mind. So with this, I will end this session over here. Thank you.